Howdy folks, StrayCat74 here. Welcome back to the basement of Solitude. It is December 30th? Yes, December 30th. Second to last day of 2023, and boy, what a dumpster fire this year was. As most of you know, I am really into coffee, something big. Okay, I'm big and I'm into coffee. That's beside the point. So earlier this year, I was watching Morgan Drinks Coffee. Morgan Eckhart, I guess is what her channel name is now. I don't know who Eckhart is, but Morgan is the one that drinks the coffee. And she showed one of these things off. This is a Howdey, whatever. I'm going to use her word and call it cute. I don't care about cute unless it's kittens or chesticles. Anyway, I just got done using this, so it might be a little damp. The yellow bits are 2 cups that come with the system. Screws off. That's the grinder attachment. And in the bottom here is where the filter is. And I think I need to clean that out a little bit better. It has an adjuster at the bottom here for adjusting your grind. I put it at 5 clicks for my first time trying it, and I think that might have been a little too fine. I might have to undo that a little bit more, because when I tried to run hot water through the filter basket, it's got these little legs that fold out. When you're grinding, they go like that, so you can, the little toppy thing here comes off, and you can still see there's coffee residue in there. Let's see if I can get a little bit more light in there. No, I'm not going to be able to get more light in. Anyhow, trust me, there's coffee in there. Matter of fact, the coffee I used was Guinness 232 coffee. Guinness coffee. It was okay. The first cup was way over extracted, like espresso amounts of over extraction from what is basically a pour over drip. I needed to clean these a little better. All I did was rinse them out. So anyway, fold those all the way up, put it in. That way you can put a little bit of pressure on this, and it takes a long time to crank. You're going to go 10 spins and say, hey, I wonder how much I've done. Barely any. Plan on cranking this at least 100 times, and listen to music while you do it, or else you will get bored. Ask me how I know. So anyway, you get done filling your basket with stuff, then fold those down, and like any other pour over, you pour a little bit of water in there just till it reaches this first lip here, and then you let it bloom for about 30 seconds. And I waited, and I'm like, it's going to start dripping any moment now, isn't it? It didn't. So I went and got a really small teaspoon and started stirring, figuring I got to stir the thing like you do with a pour over, only instead of doing it with the kettle and the water, I was doing it with the spoon. And I scraped down here where this metal filter is, and all of a sudden it started to flow. And then it stopped. So I started around the outside of the inside of the filter here, and it went, and it gave me about yay. So I built it up again, and I waited, and I waited, and I waited a little bit longer. I'm like, spoon, and it started to go again. So I did that a third time, and it finally got the cup up to about here, about 3/4. I'm like, okay, well this came with 2 cups. Let's switch over to the other cup, and did it again. And I waited the same amount of time, 30 seconds, 30 to 45 seconds, and then I had to start doing the spoon thing again, and I did that 3 times. Then I'm like, yeah, I'm done with this. So I took this, chucked the grounds in the garbage, and then had to rinse that out. I don't know if you can see, but that is, I have rinsed this out like 6 times, and it's still not completely clean. I'll clean it again later. So I put, using that same, oh sorry about that, I keep forgetting, that's the microphone down there. Little blue light. So using that same little bitty teaspoon, it's about the size of the nail on my pinky. A little bit of Splenda in both cups, give it a really good stir. Pour just enough non-dairy creamer so that it wasn't 200 degrees. First cup, wicked strong. Now, I like strong coffee, don't get me wrong. I was not expecting espresso strength out of this. It was a little surprising. So I'm like, okay, hey, I'm ready for espresso strength now, so let's bring out the other cup. So I did the first cup, way too strong, and I did the second cup, and it was way too weak. Had I combined the two, it would have been just fine. I didn't, though, because I wanted to see how the system did with the way it is. So, for a backpack, day pack, whatever, go someplace that has hot water, or where you can make hot water, and you want to spend 5 minutes grinding your own coffee, it's fine for what it does. I would take these 2 little cups, leave them as the container, and then put it into either a travel mug or something else to combine the two, or what have you. So anyway, to reassemble Stephanie, make a comment in the comment section if you get where that reference is from. Fold the little legs over like this. Drop in the basket. Put in and twist. It'll come to a stop right there. The handle has 2 little hingy things here. Fold those over. Top of the thing, spin, and it kind of locks into place. So for what it is, I mean, it was like 20, 25 bucks. I'll look it back up again. It's on Amazon. And if I can find it again, I'll put a link in the description box below, or in the first comment. It's not bad. It's not awesome, but it's not bad. What I prefer to this, way easier, is my French press. Now these things easily start at 20, 25 bucks, and I've seen these as high as $300 or $400, and there is no reason for that to be $300 or $400. It's a plastic holder with a glass carafe and a plungy thing. No reason. If you paid more than about 50 bucks, you're wasting your damn money. I didn't pay 50 bucks for this. Oh, I took the sticker off. I went to Goodwill, and they had a little sticker on the bottom here. $5. If you've never used a French press before, you put your coffee in the bottom, you pour your hot water in on top of it, give it about 30 seconds, and then stir it up real good. Bring the hot water up to about yay. Give it a really good stir. Then you'll see that there's a little mesh thingy here that goes towards the spout. I figured that one out on my own. There were directions for this, but I'm a guy. Why do I want to read directions? Anyhow, you put the springy thing in just till the water comes up to, oh, you can't really see it, just to the inside of the filter bit there. Then lower the top down so that the little grady thing is pointed towards the spout. And you want to let this sit, depending on how long you want your extraction to go. Most people say 3 to 5 minutes. I'll let it go 10 minutes because I like strong coffee. When you're done, just the weight of your palm, don't press, just the weight of your palm, let it slowly go down until it starts to compress the coffee cake, or whatever you want to call it, the grounds at the bottom. Mine usually stops just a little bit short of that because I go a little heavy on the coffee. Then I let it extract a little bit longer than most people do. But thumb on the lid, pour it off. And to me, that's one serving. That's a quart. So if you've ever seen me with my, I don't have one down here at the moment, my mason jar of coffee, that's a quart of coffee. That's one of these. Back when I was still happily married, we used to go over to a friend's house and he'd do French press coffee in one of these, and we'd get cups probably about this size, and he'd get 4 of these out of that, and we'd sit around and listen to him tell army lies, which is they would call them stories if you were active duty, but it's all lies. Like the one he told about, it was, I don't remember if it was a Snickers bar or a Mars bar. Left it up in the window, or unwrapped it, left it up in the window so it kind of got melty, then kind of pinched the ends on it a little bit so it looked like a dookie. I'm trying to not swear so so damn much. Looked like a turd. Dropped it in the toilet after everything was supposed to have been scrubbed completely clean during an inspection, and the guy doing the inspections said, you know, what the hell is that? Sir, it appears to be a turd, sir. Well, get rid of it. Pulls up his sleeve, reaches in, shoves it in his mouth. The reason I say that's a lie, or a story, is because they did something extremely similar in the movie Caddyshack. That was, what, 1980s? Yeah. That story's been around longer than the internet. And I highly doubt Dutch did that. My opinion, though. Anywho, this is what, dang it. Oh, 13 minutes of me ranting about coffee. Anyhow, 2023, dumpster fire of a year. Beard got longer. Patience got shorter. My blood pressure went up a lot. I drove in Chicago a whole bunch. The engine on my truck died. Number 2 cylinder decided it wanted to divorce, took the crankshaft and the turbo, and just to be a dick about it, the entirety of my exhaust system went as well. So that was $80,000 worth of repairs that needed to be done. 13 days before the warranty expired. Didn't cost a dime. However, my truck was down for a month. Had to use a rental, and the rental was an automatic. Freightliner Cascadia. It's not a great truck, but it's an okay truck. Other than it being automatic, I didn't have a problem with it. Then my boss decided he was going to save money by switching to a Volvo. Now, this was the second time I've driven a Volvo. The first time, in the driver's seat, they're really comfortable trucks. They ride nice. pardon, some of the coffee grounds got through. They ride nice. They have a good turning radius. No complaints. You get behind the driver's seat and they're garbage. This one was the other way around. Behind the driver's seat was fairly nice, even though it was a fleet unit and it had been used a lot. None of the shore power connections worked. I tried plugging it in and it popped my circuit breaker. That's bad. It was all rusted out. It wasn't even that old. It was a 2020. It's end of 2023 now. I couldn't use my microwave. It had a cooler, but no way to run my microwave. It didn't even have a place for my microwave. Driving it was aggravating and frustrating as all hell, because none of the controls are where you think they should be. None of them. The Jake brake controls on the steering wheel. Actually, no. The Jake brakes were on the steering wheel for the Freightliner. For the Volvo, it was a second bar above the turn signal, which was on the right-hand side. Turn signal is supposed to be on the left-hand side. No, Volvo got to do it different. Windshield wiper control was on the left side. Turn signal and Jake brake were on the right side. The cruise control was on the steering wheel, up on the top, in the corner, behind 14 other buttons. There was radio controls that I never figured out how to use, and here's the major difference between the two rentals. On the Freightliner, it had a stick with a little wheelie knob for the transmission. Wheel it forward to point to D for drive. Wheel it backwards for R to go reverse. Put it in the middle for N, which is nada. Push down on the lever to downshift. Lift up on lever, upshift. Makes perfect sense. On the Volvo, it was a button on the dash, below the radio, all the way over. You had to lean way over here, out of camera, to select forward or go backwards. I'll be right back. Sorry about that. Mail call. And I don't know what these are. Obviously, it's Amazon-y stuff. Ooh! The Valens D47. This is technically champagne yeast. I use it to brew mead. So, yay. I don't know. And I'm going to try not to ruin it by slicing into it with a knife. Okay, it's covered by cardboard. And wrapped in tape. And the survey says it's wrapped in more stuff. Aha! Thompson Center U-View capper. They don't make these anymore. I've had one since I got my CVA Bobcat, and I really like the thing. Always meant to pick up another one just in case, because this is plastic. It's going to break eventually, right? So I've had that much coffee. That's my excuse. Okay, so twist, lift, 100 caps. Do I have a captain? Oh, I have a captain. Okay. That's 100 CCI number 10 percussion caps. This is intended for number 11, but the difference is... excuse me. Minuscule. 100 caps, pour in there, shake so that they're facing up. Then top on, give it just that much of a turn. Just then to use, give it a shake so that it's pointing down. Pull this all the way back, then push it forward, and it should push a cap into the little dispenser there. Stick it on nipple, pull. It's a very simple design. I would love it if somebody could get some 3D scans of this so that the 3D printing community could remake these. Because they got the John Cash cappers, which are brass and way too expensive for what they do. This is plastic. It works just fine. You should be able to see there's a little slit between here, so this part can flex and that part doesn't. Then you have the little slidey thing, and then a cover, and then the lid. If I had a 3D scanner, or if I was better at CAD, I haven't used CAD in over 30 years. Anyhow, if I had a 3D scanner, I would take this apart, scan it, make an STL file, and give it away. Because these things are handy as hell. And if you're going to have a 3D printer, I've got two. They're not over there. One of them's down there. Matter of fact, that right there is the wash and cure station for my 3D printer. Right behind it, right there, behind the bottle, that's a kilogram. Whatever a kilogram is. I'm an American, I can't think in metric. A kilogram of resin, and that's the printer right there. If you look right, okay, dang it, there, aha, that's my lead melter for casting bullets. Anywho, if I had a 3D scanner, I would scan this and just put it out there, because if you're going to have a 3D scanner or a 3D printer, or actually if you have a 3D scanner, you better have a 3D printer, just so you can test your own prints. Oh, that's quite a bit of, even though it's got little nubby things in there to keep it from sliding around, it does rattle quite a bit. Anyhow, 3D printer stuff, coffee stuff, year in review. As far as my love life goes, about 50 scammers a week have been messaging me on Instagram. You know how girls shit test guys all the time? I only have one test, and that's grab a wall calendar. Matter of fact, this one has to come down now. This was the Pastafarian calendar for the year, and it's got all kinds of stupid holidays, like December 27th, only 5 pasta tasting days left in 2023. Very important, yes, I know. Today is the 30th, so it's the get drunk early for Hogmanay? Hogmanay? I don't know. Hogmanay. because December 31st is Hug Many Day. I guess you're supposed to hug many people. December 26th was Appreciate Many Boxes Day. So anyway, my shit test is wall calendar, point at today's date, and take a selfie with it. Out of the 500 women that have messaged me in the last 10 days, not a single one will do it. Women. A few of them, I did reverse image lookup and found out that was not them. They stole some pretty girls' pictures offline. And I sent them a link to the original profiles, and wow, imagine that, I was blocked. Color me surprised. Anyway. This is long enough as it is. I need a new wall calendar with my tack of unusual size. And I'll see you next year.
If you liked today's video, folks, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe, tick the little bell icon for all notifications, and remember to share this on all your social media platforms so your friends can enjoy my content as well. Thank you.